Terror at Sea is a difficult, really difficult one. Terror at Sea, the very last mission. It's so hard. Big ship. Big ship. 3 hostage rescues. We've got... Ooh, let's have a look. There's a few loose tangos in this little area here now, a couple of them. They usually come out of this door here and this door here and far towards, so we'll take care of that eventuality, that possibility later. These men here are split into 2 teams. One goes to the top stairs and one goes to the bottom stairs. I actually walked down the stairs absent-mindedly this time. Instead of clicking the icon, you should click the little icon in the middle of the staircase. If you walk down the stairs, you won't actually go down the stairs. Bit odd, that. So you'll see a bit of weird jiggery-pokery happening. And this team of 4, 2 of them go to the rails, the far rails at the sides of the boat, and snipe down through the rooms all the way to the bridge. And the other 2 sit in the corners here in the nooks and snipe up towards these doorways here where bad guys can come out. We've also got a sniper here. You cannot snipe anyone on the bridge. If you do, you are in for a world of hurt, because they will say prepare to die, and you'll have about 2 seconds to save one of the hostages from execution, which will be impossible. Or else the sniper will actually catch one of your hostages. The exception being if someone strays into this room behind the bridge, this bottom room that you can actually just see illuminated by that band here, then you can shoot them. It's far enough away. But as a general rule, try to use your men here to shoot through the doorways rather than the sniper if you've got the choice, because then it won't be heard so much and it won't trigger an execution, not so likely to trigger an execution. Loadout. We've got extended protection. We've got the M4 carbine with a silencer screwed on the end of it. Maneuverability is not such a big issue in an area of this size. We've got a, which we will never use. We've got a, so I suppose we could have used it in the corridors actually. And we've got a full complement of flashbangs, and we've got the spy device for looking under doors, which is very, very useful for this mission. So let's kick into it with a snipe. Move that sniper across, move it down to someone further away. Not onto him, move it down there and shoot him instead. That's going to make them all start to spread around. Now you can see the configuration I've given my men here. These 2 going into the corners, and they're going to doors before they start their sniping up the deck. In fact, one of those doors was simply just opened by tango, so they're pretty good at shooting the tangos if it is opened like that. So those 2 went down the stairs and the other 2 didn't, and that was all a bit, as you can see. But the general principle of these staircase descenders is that one goes this way and he'll deal with 2 coming out of this door here. We're now on the deck below, by the way. And one will come out of here and he will deal with one up here. Do not run this man further than the bottom of the stairs to the right, because through that glass are some hostages, and beyond the hostages is a tango behind the bar there usually, and the hostages will get in the line of fire and it'll be a disaster. So don't go anywhere near that glass. We will deal with that room separately in a minute. Now we should also have, by now, if I had done this properly this time, we would have 2 men coming off these staircases up here at the top. And again, we've got a very, very aggressive tango coming out of this doorway just here, who fires down towards them. So what I try to do is I try to get the left-hand staircase man to come around and help, so that they're parallel to each other. The men refuse to shoot each other in the back. So you've got to get them parallel if possible. So now I'm just getting these 2 to come up a bit further to get them away from that glass I mentioned. We got a freebie there. Don't forget, when you're using silenced weapons, you must press that little fire button. So we use the pause button all the time. We're constantly using the pause button that we can press that fire button. And also the other thing that is very important is where you've got a whole string of little waypoints like this. If you are suddenly lined up for one of those shots where you have to press the button, quickly click on your man and delete all his waypoints. Just press the bucket, just delete everything, and he'll stay where he is, or stay on that spot, and then you can press the fire button and he'll maintain his clear shot if it's through a gap in the glass or something. That's very important. You'll need that knowledge for this mission. So these guys come up, a few more tangos to knock out in the corridor. Quite often have their backs to you, but he sort of walks up and down there, but they're easy to kill, those ones. We have to clear out these corridors, really. It's pretty important to do that. Pretty important. Any injured men, if you want the top score, try to return them. Here we are with this nasty firefight. Had a little glimpse of who that was for a minute there. Had a little look at their card. Someone pretty unpleasant, I would say. Didn't even have time to get my man around here to give him back up. But what reason the man's coming round now is because the other one was injured. This fellow was injured. So the top one, he's coming over to do this, which is one of the trickier parts. What we've got is you've got a tango down here in the bar, and he is serving lead cocktails. We need to show him that we don't like his lead cocktails and that we can mix better lead cocktails than him, and we need to fire them back at him through the glass. Now, it's quite good that this glass is shattered because the bullets do actually travel better through shattered. It's one of the details that makes it such a good game. So we've got nicely pre-shattered windows there, which is good. So if we get the drop on him and we can get 2 bullets through the glass, through the shattered glass, we're probably going to drop him before he even gets a shot back. So the plan is to, as you can see, I'm just up there with arrows. So he's looking in the direction of the bar the whole time. He's going to be sort of semi-strafing. Coming across, pause and unpause it constantly until we get that, till we get him in the line, and then we delete all his waypoints and we press the fire button. As I say, through the shattered glass the bullet travels well. I decided on this occasion to try and come over further and see if I could find the loose one. There's always a loose one. It's actually, I think it's probably never a good idea, but I wanted to do it for a change because I had played this mission through a lot of times. As you can see, it wasn't actually a very good idea. Although, on the plus side, it does drive him down into this area, which means I've got a tighter area that I need to worry about now, a much smaller area. A bit of strafing maybe coming past these windows wouldn't have kind of missed, but we can usually get down here pretty safe. And I decided to use 2 people, which I've never done before. One's going to come across to the right, and it's just, again, to contain the area that tango can be in. And the reason we need to contain the area is because we're going to use a flashbang, and flashbangs only work in a small area. So the smaller the area that we know that the tangos are in, the better. So I tried to get a good line to get down with my second man, get him really close. And in fact, it unfolded a bit differently from what I'd expected. I got a freebie, even better, through that shattered glass, or perhaps I shattered it, I can't remember now. And so really just 1 tango left in the office, and we just can flashbang that. Incidentally, you can flashbang either side of the office glass. You could throw the flashbang outside that office window and it would also still blind him. It goes through the glass, flashbangs travel through glass. Again, another incredible detail in this game, that the flashbangs will affect tangos the other side of glass and the other side of windows. I think I accidentally picked up 2 men with 1 and 1 man, so they both had to go upstairs with the hostages. You can't leave hostages lying around. You've got to take them to the safe area in this mission. You've got a lot of tangos on the loose, especially on this level. I know we're marking the corridors, but there's a lot of corridor to mark and a lot of dog legs. It's more than 2 men can do. So we're going to get them to safety. Very important. And while they're getting to safety, we'll carry on with this. We've got another free sniper shot there. I Don't know if I saw it. Yeah, I think I saw it in a minute. The hostages are now vanished. And we've got to do two things here. Yeah, I've took the sniper shot, but we've also got to make sure that our two men who with the door openers on these little nooks, we've got to make sure that they're firing back up towards the left, towards those doorways. Another sniper shot. And there, I hadn't done it. I had left. There's the other one. The other one's going to be looking. There he goes. So that was a little bit remiss of me because we need them covering these doorways up here. When we start to move into that room, tangos do pop out of those doorways there. We'll show you their body outlines in a minute. There goes one. There he is. But we leave them to do that, and we're focusing on this assault here, which is far more important. Again, it wouldn't have gone amiss to have a little strafe as he comes in the room. There isn't usually a tango in there, so I didn't bother. I was a bit lazy. And in most cases, this bottom door will be by now, and the top door will be shut. So we've got to open the top door from just here. That's the best place. Now what we do is we throw in... What's that? Unlucky what? I got something there, didn't I? It said something. Unlucky something. Unlucky hostage? Anyway, yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to just throw a flashbang in at the same time with both men. Watch this. Here we go. And then a little arc, just coming around like that is enough. You don't need to run right through the room. Just a tiny arc. But now, crucially, we've got to cover that doorway because sometimes tangos come from the stairwell towards down that little corridor and they come out. They can be taken out with the sniper, but you've got a hostage in the way there. This one that I'm now going to collect. And I was pressing all the wrong buttons there to do it, but I've picked him up now, magneted. Kind of get around and out. Not ideal, but we, just don't want those hostages to be in line with that doorway. There's still a chance that one can emerge from there. And I was surprised no one had emerged. I decided to check the doorway on this occasion, assuming it would be pretty empty. Don't bother going in the other way to the stairwell because it takes ages to undo those locks. It's quicker to just go in this way, through these unlocked doors, to walk round. I've left one sniper there, firing up to the left. Two men are going to come in here. We've got a freebie there. And these men can now go downstairs because they're going down to the dining room, which we've cleared, haven't we? So, so that's easy. Now they need to get down to the engine room and find the bomb, because we've only got about 6.5 minutes to deal with the bomb. So we're a little bit tight on time. This stairwell here is how we're going to get to the bomb. So the corridors are all clear. We've still got our two men there marking other things. I don't know exactly what the time limit is for the bomb, but I think I worked out it's six minutes and something. So I was cutting it quite fine here. It's normally the bomb is here by the I don't know what this is it or something? So 6 minutes 19. It's obviously more than 6.5 minutes you've got to defuse the bomb, but it ain't much more, I don't think. Ah, for that shows us, yeah, 8 minutes actually. 8 minutes according to that. So actually, it's fairly generous on time as long as you are efficient with sort of multitasking when you're on a given floor. So now, running these guys back, and we've just got one more hostage situation that we need to deal with now, which is on the next floor up, the main deck. This is the engine deck, the lowest deck. We're on the next floor up, the main deck, and we're just bringing them over to the stern of the ship on the main deck, where we have quite a quite a tricky hostage situation. We've got a couple of tangos, one by each door, one by each the top and bottom door there, and we've also got one walking up and down between those doors, which makes it a little bit tricky, but also gives us opportunities. We can use our spy thing here, and I've actually got lots of men here because I've gone and defused the bomb already, so it works quite well doing that bomb now, rather than save the bomb to the end. So this guy that we've up and down always, that tango, he'll be back in a second. Here he comes. Feels like the door's open, but it's not. It's just I'm looking through the spy camera. Now the door's open. Sometimes you can get that back and forth guy by flinging open this door where I'm looking with the spy camera. You can actually open that door, step back, and then just shoot him as he walks past. But it's very difficult to get the door open without one of the other tangos seeing you. It's hard to get that angle on it, to open it from that distance. So we've opened the two side doors, and I thought I would have a go at trying to get him as he walked past. Obviously not at this point, you don't want to open the door right now, but in a minute when his back's gone there, when he's gone now. And yep. Sometimes by walking back and forth you can get a bit more distant from the door to do the control, but I did get seen by a tango there, so I just decided I'd better flash out quick and run in there and deal with everything before they start executing hostages. So the three-way flash, not much to it. And I've got the manpower, and then of course I've got my fourth man here who's marking the corridor, and that is incredibly important. There are sometimes still tangos wandering the corridors here. And again, I made that boo-boo again of giving one of the men three. Look, they've divided the hostages between them. Really, you just want to give maybe one of your injured men all the hostages, and just he can take all the hostages back, because you want to get him back as well out of the fight. But I two people to do it, so let's just double speed, get those up the stairs and get them to safety. And I sort of thought that would be it, you know. I thought, well, once they're in safety, then that will be there, end of the mission. But it isn't. You do actually have to take over the whole boat, which means you've got to kill every tango. So I had no idea where the remaining tangos were. So the next part is pretty dull, the next 10 minutes. So I'm going to speed it up very considerably. What's that, 5 times? We'll go 5 times. Just searching all the rooms for the remaining tangos. But as I said, the only way to get to that bomb is by going down the staircase that's in that cafeteria. So the cafeteria has to be done first. And the cafeteria is also connected to those corridors where the hostages are in the stern of the ship. Those corridors can have tangos in. So there's a lot of work to do to go down for the bomb. I don't know if there's a time limit on doing the bridge, saving the ones on the bridge. Time to say goodbye kind of countdown. I think there might be. There's certainly a man in there who likes to say that. And now I just really went through all these. Perhaps there's one still in this floor. This is where we've just done our last hostage rescue. This is the main deck, and we did a lot of a lot of spying, and yeah, I because to get the 3-star score, you cannot lose one single man. So that's why I was using the spy device a lot, and that's why this is rather tedious to watch. We're about halfway through it now. You know, the final hunt. Where where was that last man, you ask yourself. Actually, there's more than one extra man. I must admit, I wasn't 100% sure there would even be one. I wasn't that sure there'd be one on this floor because I hadn't heard any doors slamming for a while on this floor. So, but I wanted to be sure, it's good procedure to clear floor by floor, so that, that is the way you do it. That is the standard procedure. Floor by floor. So we went all the way to the prow of the boat here. Is this the prow or is it the stern? No, it's got to be the bow, hasn't it? Because the bridge is above it. It's funny that it's flat. Okay, and that really did look super clear. So that could only mean one thing. Someone down here. And there was one in that loo, in that cubicle. See, you just can't, And there was another one there outside. And there was one more here in the engine room. And that one was over. It was 20 minutes and 35 seconds. A very long mission. And believe me, I went through it many, many times in order to beat it as well with 3 stars. The whole campaign with 3 stars, in fact.